Hello, my friend. I know you're not here out of curiosity. You're here because something in you has been hurt. Perhaps you've been rejected. In love, in your career, or in a moment that made you question your own worth. I'm not here to teach you how to get over it quickly. I'm here to sit beside you and help you understand it more deeply. Because I believe some wounds only begin to heal when we're brave enough to face them with honesty and grace. In this video, I'll be sharing with you 21 lessons drawn from Stoic philosophy wisdom I've gathered after years of working with people who've been through a lot. People like you who are learning how to move forward, not just stronger, but calmer and more at peace. And if you're truly serious about your journey of growth and healing, I've created a free ebook just for you, Book 20, Lessons of Healing from Stoicism. You can get it completely free just by watching the video till the end and following the instructions at the final part. But before we begin, I invite you to reflect on one question. If you were never rejected, would you still know what's truly meant for you? The answer might just appear in the lessons that follow. Lesson 1, the power of calm. Have you ever noticed? In a room full of noise, the quietest person often commands the most attention. I once witnessed a scene like this, two men arguing, voices rising with every second. Then one of them simply walked away without a single word. The entire room fell silent. Power doesn't come from shouting. It comes from composure, Marcus Aurelius said. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. When you control how you perceive the world, you control your entire life. The calm man is not swayed by praise or criticism. He walks according to his principles, not the noise around him. Are you living for applause? If the spotlight fades, will you still feel valuable? True freedom belongs to the one who doesn't need a crowd to exist. He works in silence, trains in the dark. Those unseen hours with no cheers and no witnesses, that's where willpower is born. Every time you lose your temper, you hand over control to someone else. But when you stay silent, you own the situation. That's not weakness, it's strength. And sometimes the greatest victory is not winning an argument, but walking away without explanation. Because your peace, nothing is worth trading for it. Secrecy is the armor of the wise. The fewer people who know your plans, the harder it is to wound you. Peace is not a gift you're born with. It's the result of choosing silence over conflict, reason over impulse, and that right there makes you untouchable. Are you ready to train yourself in this calmness? Start today with one simple choice. Don't react to the trivial. Soon you'll realize true strength comes from needing no validation at all. Lesson 2. Composure is the most elegant response. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The pain is not in the thing itself, but in how we view it." Stop for a moment and let that sink in. How many times have you felt anger rise just because of someone's words? How many times has a glance ruined your entire day? I once met a man in his 60s. A former successful businessman, he admitted something to me. I was a slave to my emotions for most of my life. A single criticism could keep me awake all night. Until one day he discovered Stoic philosophy. He learned to observe his thoughts instead of reacting to them. And that changed everything. A composed man isn't emotionless. He feels, but he refuses to be ruled by those feelings. He doesn't soar with praise nor sink with criticism. He walks the path of principle, not the waves of public opinion. Ask yourself this: if tomorrow every compliment disappeared, would you still feel valuable? The answer will tell you what truly drives your life. Learning composure isn't an overnight transformation. It's daily practice, pausing before reacting, asking, does this really matter? In mastering your calm, you don't just control the moment, you master yourself. Lesson 3, purpose doesn't need a stage. A meaningful life doesn't need the spotlight. Those who live for their ideals don't seek approval. I remember speaking with a retired doctor. He told me, "My greatest achievement wasn't an award. It was the quiet moments when I did the right thing and no one knew." We live in an age of digital applause. People broadcast every detail of their lives for a few seconds of validation. But the crowd isn't a compass. Your true purpose doesn't require an audience. The most dangerous person, the one who works in silence relentlessly unseen. He doesn't announce. He doesn't seek attention. He simply appears when ready. And when he does, the world has no choice but to acknowledge him. Ask yourself, do you do what you do for your principles or your followers? If the lights went out, would you still walk this path? If the answer is yes, then you've found your true purpose. Lesson 4, leaving without explanation is power. Strength isn't always found in winning an argument. Sometimes it's in the quiet act of walking away, no drama, no justification. I once met a woman in her 50s. After 30 years of marriage, she chose divorce. People asked why. She simply smiled and said, "I don't need a war to win my peace." Those words stayed with me for years. She understood happiness isn't about victory, it's about protecting a tranquil mind. We grow up thinking we must justify every decision to be accepted. But the truth is this: you owe no one an explanation when the only thing you're protecting is your inner peace. Remember this: sometimes walking away is the bravest act. Not because you're giving up, but because you know what no longer serves your peace. And that not everyone has the courage to do. Lesson 5. Freedom from applause. Those who live on recognition slowly die when the lights go out. I once spoke to an old friend, a famous singer from the 90s. He told me, "The worst moment of my life wasn't when I ran out of money. It was when I stepped on stage and no one clapped anymore." His words haunted me for days. We so easily tie our worth to the attention of others. But crowds are fickle. They love you today, forget you tomorrow. If you place your life in their hands, you'll live in fear of losing what was never truly yours. True freedom belongs to the one who doesn't need applause to keep moving forward. He acts because it's right, not because it's rewarded. He lives by principles, not by expectations. And that kind of freedom no one can take away. Ask yourself, if no one was watching, would you still do what you believe is right? If your answer is yes, you're walking the path of a strong soul. Lesson 6, training in the dark. The strong are not forged in easy days. They are built in lonely hours where there is no applause, no spotlight. In that silence, the ego dies and willpower is born. I remember a man I once coached, a former track athlete. He told me, "People only saw the moment I raised my arms in victory. They didn't see the mornings I ran in the rain when no one cared." That story reminded me discipline is forged when nobody's watching, when it's just you against exhaustion. Today, everyone wants fast success. But real strength doesn't come from leaps. It comes from thousands of small, unseen steps. Those hours in the dark when you keep going without cheers are what make you unbreakable. And one day you'll step into the light not to boast, but to prove one thing: you've already won the greatest battle, the one within yourself. Lesson 7. The power of not reacting. Every time you explode, you hand over control to someone else. I once witnessed a board meeting where a man was constantly provoked. He stayed silent, simply smiled. In the end, the one trying to ignite the fire lost patience and revealed his own weakness. The calm man won without uttering a word. Silence is not weakness. It's the strategy of self-mastery. When you remain calm in a storm, you send a message. My emotions are not a toy for anyone to play with. Epictetus said, "It's not the things themselves that disturb us, but our judgments about them." When you delay your reaction, you reclaim your power. You observe, analyze, and respond with reason, not impulse. Try this next time someone tries to make you angry. Don't rush to answer. Pause. Breathe. Smile. In that moment, you are no longer a prisoner of emotion, you are the one leading the game. Lesson 8. The wisdom of choosing your battles. Not every battle is worth fighting. The wise understand that real strength lies not in winning everything, but in knowing what to ignore. I once met an older businessman who told me, "When I was young, I fought every argument because I thought it proved my worth. Now I know walking away doesn't mean defeat. It means saving energy for what truly matters. Life will throw challenges at you. Provocations, insults, traps designed to pull you down. If you stop for every one of them, you'll never reach your destination. Choosing your battles means asking, does this deserve my energy, or is it just noise? Remember, the greatest victory is often the one where you walk away without leaving a trace. You don't need to win every argument to prove your strength. In fact, silence at the right time is the most intimidating weapon of all.